This morning, we have our eyes on shares of American Express and Delta. That's because the two companies have relaunched a suite of Delta SkyMiles branded American Express cards with a big-name celebrity spokeswoman. And Brian, you got to talk to actress Lupita Nyong'o about her role. She's got an Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar winner for 12 Years a Slave. And that's right, Alexis. I did ask her about the Oscars and about protecting wildlife, which is a passion of hers. But first, we talked about just why she agreed to sign on with Delta and American Express.
I'm a frequent user of American Express, the Delta American Express card, and it makes my travel that much easier. You know, the perks, getting miles for every dollar spent, being able to get easier access to flights by, you know, TSA pre-check and things like that. So it makes my travel that much easier, and it's a no-brainer to speak about it.
And a new metal card.
Yes.
Do you have one of those?
Yes, I do, indeed. And I'm really happy with it.
Ultimately, how do you protect your brand? I'm sure you get a lot of offers, people trying to pitch you things. How do you choose who to work with?
Well, I think about authenticity, what feels real for me. That's why, for me, this partnership was a no-brainer, because I fly Delta all the time, and I use this card, and it makes my travel so easy. And so when they approached me, I was like, oh yeah, I can definitely speak to this, because I don't have to try. I'm a beneficiary of the benefits.
You have had a meteoric rise in Hollywood. Has that success changed how you deal with money or even think about money?
Yes. I mean, obviously, I have more money than I ever have had in the past, and so that took some getting used to. You know, before my career started, I was like counting the number of dollars just to get a Metro card.
I've been there.
To travel to New York, and then even just adjusting to my spending power has been something I've had to do, and do it consciously. But I've always felt that you know, at the end of the day, money is not the thing that makes me happy, but what it gives me access to. And so I have grown as slowly as I've needed to get to a place where I could feel comfortable in my spending power.
Do you think about saving for retirement? How do you think about investing?
I do think about saving for retirement, and it's a habit that my mother instilled in me very young, and so I do that. I think saving is really important, and because also I don't want to be in a situation where I feel like I want to have choice in my career, and that takes some financial responsibility to be able to say no.
Switching gears a little bit, you're a global elephant ambassador for WildAid. Are you worried about climate change? And this issue is top of mind for me. I just got back from Davos and the World Economic Forum, and you hear a lot of executives focused on making change due to climate change. Do you think they're doing enough?
You know, I definitely am worried about climate change. I certainly am not an expert in any way. So I would leave it up to more experienced people to speak up about, but I definitely I'm interested in finding more ways for me to be a more responsible citizen, but that of the world. But then at the same time, it's not about the individual efforts. At the end of the day, the only way we can combat this is if it's on, you know, on a global scale, on national scales, in order to make actual change. Also,
Oscars, big weekend for the Oscars here. What do you make for this year's Oscar nominees? Any names that you've liked, and what's your sense?
I'm really excited for Parasite, which is a film in a foreign language that has gotten more nominations than any other film of its kind in the past, and I thoroughly enjoyed that film, and my fingers are very, very crossed for them.
12 Years a Slave, a movie that you won an Oscar for, another absolutely amazing performance. In many ways, groundbreaking. Do you think Hollywood has changed since you won that Oscar?
I mean, I think to peg change to my winning an Oscar would be a lofty thing to say. Yeah, but I mean, it was definitely, my life has definitely changed after that movie, and it was the start of my career, and it's put me in a position, that film has put me in a position to make the choices I've made to date. To be on this couch right now would not have been possible without 12 Years a Slave, so I'm eternally grateful.
Lupita also had very good things to say about Parasite, but protecting elephants in Africa is her passion. She told me, when we wreak havoc on nature, we're wreaking havoc on ourselves.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.